Hey y'all, welcome back to our Sonic, A.I.R, and Knuckles playthrough with Knuckles. And this part, we found a lost patron of the Carnival Night Zone.
Hey, Sadie.
Hi.
You like the circus?
I've never actually been to a circus.
Me neither.
Why not?
I don't know.
I don't know why I got so aggressive there. Sorry. Yeah, has it just changed? Do they even have circuses anymore?
Probably not.
Pi brought it up in an earlier video that we did that like circuses are kind of just banned outright because of their deep roots with animal abuse.
That is, yeah.
That's fair.
I remember. I mean, I've seen Cirque du Soleil, which famously does not use animals. If so, very
I've
rarely.
always wanted to see one of their shows.
The issue is that I'll have to double check, but I know that since the whole pandemic thing happened, they had to file for bankruptcy last year.
Oh.
So I'll double check and see if they're still doing stuff. But I mean, there are DVDs and there are recordings you can see of their shows, which are good. Anyway,
So Seely, it's been a while since we last had you for Sonic related anything.
Oh, that's right. Sonic-related stuff. That's something that I wanted to talk with Celie about. Since she hasn't been with us since we did Sonic 1, joining us a bit late on the Knuckles campaign for Sonic 3. But I guess I could start off with a few things. Even though he technically debuted in Sonic 2, he's here right now, so we might as well talk about him. Celie, what are your thoughts on Tails?
I love Tails. He's one of my favorite characters.
yay!
Yay!
And what are your thoughts on Knuckles? It's okay. Genuinely, I almost expected it to be like wait,
Tails?
Oh, okay, there it goes.
I almost
What the heck was that about?
I don't know. That was Tails' celebration dance. He's also very tired. There he goes. But no, I actually genuinely kind of also I thought it would have been like I like Tails. I love Tails. He's my favorite character. What do you think about Knuckles? I hate Knuckles. He's my least favorite character.
Well, to be fair, the only Knuckles that she has any real exposure to is the Boom Knuckles.
Not just that.
Actually,
Seely,
not just that.
I was gonna say, what did you find today, Seely?
Oh, Sonic. I have a DVD. I have an old DVD of Sonic Underground.
Seely. Why would you subject yourself to such trash?
I'm sure the music is still fine enough, and
Only some of it.
I mean, if it's of any consolation, the voice of Double D is Sonic's singing voice.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh no!
there we go. There, continue.
Let's try that again.
But that was years ago, and I don't even remember why I bought it.
I mean, it was popular, and I will admit, when it was available on Dailymotion/YouTube back when I was in high school, I went on a huge, dude, I went on a whole marathon of this stuff. Back in high school, I was bored, and I was like, I'm gonna watch every episode of the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, which, back in the Wild West days of YouTube, you could find them all.
Not even just YouTube, but I still remember back when Yahoo had its whole kids streaming service, and they tended to add in episodes of the Super Show on a very regular basis.
I believe it's still on Netflix right now.
No, speaking of Super Show, for a while I tried to pretend and just ignore the fact that the Zelda series. I mean, I know it was a product of its time, but it really sucks for what it is now.
I mean, it's dated. The humor
Yeah,
and
it's
the
really
stuff is
dated.
very dated.
And I tried to like it again, but it's I can't like
No,
this
there
anymore.
are some old shows that I may have liked as a kid, but I just can't bring myself to watch.
Exactly.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, yes, Knuckles' time in Carnival Night is very fucking brief.
Yeah.
Wait, really? We're just done?
Whoa.
Yeah, we're done.
That was quick.
There was
Yeah.
no boss Act 2, I don't think.
No, there
No,
There
wasn't.
was. Huh.
Again, Knuckles goes through a really different paths than
Actually,
than Sonic does.
hang on, guys, real quick. Let me listen. Yeah, I think this may be my favorite of the remixes I've heard so far.
Oh yeah, no, this is very good. It feels like a very nice middle ground between the more jovial aspects of the original Ice Cap, along with the Hard Times rendition that we're all familiar with.
Right, it has a
So-
nice tone to it. Go ahead.
Yeah, were you trying to say something, Celie?
Yeah, I was trying to mention, I remember when I bought my DVD set of the Legend of Zelda series from Amazon. Keep in mind, I was still, in junior high school, 10 to 15 years ago.
Uh-huh.
When I bought it, you know how sometimes Amazon lists the cast of the DVDs?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, they listed it as one of the voice actors they listed. It was all Japanese voice actors. The first one that came up was Takashi Nagasako, and and I thought there was like a Japanese version of it. I'm sorry, mistaken, like a Japanese dub, and I'm just like, why would they list Takashi Nagasako? That's the voice of Ganondorf in Ocarina of Time.
And Donkey Kong.
That too.
Yeah, that
and
too.
Patrick.
Yep.
That's right, Patrick, Big
Yeah.
the Cat. Like, honestly, you'd be surprised how many roles he's fulfilled in Japanese dubs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was also the mayor in Hoshi no Kirby.
Ah.
And young Link was Tokori the bird.
Huh.
But anyway,
okay.
I was trying to get back to, like, since you were talking about, like, Underground, like, so yeah, like, between Boom and Underground, I feel like we need to get her better exposed to, like, some of Knuckles.
Oh, of course. Like the fact that, Knuckles isn't always...
I have minimal exposure to Sonic X.
I mean, for what it's worth, I think it had its heart in the right place, but the writing is very much all over the place.
Yeah.
Especially in the English version.
Honestly,
I would not recommend watching that one. Just watching that one if it was the last thing you could ever watch.
Honestly,
I'm
There goes Tails.
Oh boy.
Oh!
I was about to say, like, you guys say that. I'm gonna be the idiot here. I don't think the Japanese script's all that much better.
It's not that much better, but it feels...
No.
I don't know, it's one of those cases where the blatant stupidity of it all doesn't feel quite as blatant.
And honestly, like, I feel like the ridiculousness of how stupid it gets is part of the reason why I kind of like watching the English dub, because, it's kind of like, some people have the room. I have English Sonic X.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Fair enough.
I think you're fine. I think you're.
Yo, taxi!
I think you're fine for that as well. I didn't mind it. Go ahead.
Dan Green Knuckles.
Oh yeah!
I'm trying to think what else I with Knuckles. I did watch. I think I already mentioned. Yeah, I did remember watching a good amount of Sonic Underground on YouTube Dailymotion, and I
remember when Knuckles owned a pet dinosaur?
Yeah, and hated everything.
That looked a lot like the Bio Lizard.
It did look Hedgehogs most especially.
Was it so bad? Was that the reason why it was canceled?
No, Knuckles.
no,
I don't think
other-
Underground was canceled because of the. I think Underground was canceled because it just was. You could consider it to be Sonic fatigue maybe, and/or the premise was just too
Ludicrous.
uncanny for people that suddenly Sonic has what looks to be like Sonic OC siblings, all voiced by the same dude, even the girl.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah.
And a plot that, I'll be honest, I guess as someone who watched the show, the plot didn't go anywhere for me. Like,
Yeah.
And also, and then
it
right
went in a loop.
And they
over.
never finished it.
And also just like, and you can definitely tell with how they portray Eggman. It's like they were definitely trying to ape off the success of Set AM
Robotnik.
with boy.
Oh no!
It's the same person, but I was about to say, like, you could tell they were definitely trying to ape off the success of Sat AM without really being as... I know people hate Sat AM now, but it didn't really have what the good that Sat AM had.
I'm sorry, you know what that just made me think of? When, in Sonic Boom, when Eggman broke the fourth wall and asked Six, "What's wrong with you? What do you do on Saturday mornings?"
Yeah.
I knew TV was just a conspiracy to control everyone's mind. I'm not talking to you. You keep watching.
There was that, and then I remember my big thing with the Sonic show stuff was that, this was back when Netflix was nothing more than just a DVD rental thing.
Oh, I
Yes.
remember.
You had to like mail in, and you would mail in and order DVDs. And I remember one of the first things I could order because I always heard of it but never had a chance to actually watch it, was I did order I think it was season 1 and 2. I forget how many seasons they had altogether, but I remember ordering the entirety of Sat AM to watch.
It was only 2 seasons.
Okay,
Yeah,
then
it was
I
just
watched
2
on the thing.
seasons.
And I remember being such a goddamn dork that me and my friend, we were all like, "Who were the red eyes at the end of the thing? Could it have been?
Yeah.
Who was it?"
Honestly,
And then-
like,
yeah.
that is one thing that I will say to Seely, is that, like, if she liked the Archie comics, she probably would give Sat AM a shot. She probably should give Sat AM a shot, since Archie was, by and large, partly a byproduct of Sat AM, at least at the very beginning.
Right,
Fair
and,
enough.
and I will say, compared to Underground, Sat AM has a plot and it goes somewhere with it, and I think it
Technically,
I think it
the
was-
day was sort of saved.
right,
Yeah.
and it had a good finale, and I don't know, it was good. I'm trying to think of we mentioned Sat AM, we mentioned Sonic X, we mentioned a number of things. Yeah, I guess
Oh,
that's
jeez.
kind of my thing with that.
Oh, no!
Oh my gosh,
For
what
all
was I
those
here?
rings.
Yeah.
And you lose them all.
Knuckles' pockets ain't quite as tight as Sonic's.
Alright.
Oh, Snow.
And now the Egg Robo's coming in with his own freezer mobile knockoff.
Oh, we should also... I was about
Oh.
to say, we should also explain for Seely's sake. So, in Knuckles' campaign, we don't... In Knuckles' campaign, we don't have to deal with Eggman. Instead, this rogue Egg Robo is basically just trying to, like, do his job for him.
I guess so, yeah, because Eggman.
Yeah, Eggman's long out of the picture. Like, we kicked his butt back in Doomsday Zone.
Right. And I like to imagine he's just somewhere, like, drinking and depressed, and it just never works. And
I mean, to be fair, that's almost what they did with him in Sonic Mania.
And then Egg Robo just gotta go in there singing a rendition of Gaston to him for whatever reason.
Well, no, again, I just joke about how he's basically just being Eggman's Commander Peepers.
Yeah?
Commander Peepers!
Dun-dun-dun-dun. Come on.
Thanks, Tails. That is probably one upside to having Tails as an AI partner. He can literally break you out of the ice if you're careful.
Because I saw there, I could have sworn you had rings, and then you just die. Like, do those ice blocks kill you just automatically?
They do hurt you, assuming you're not freed immediately.
Tails at the bottom there.
He's just happy to help. But yeah, no. Going back to the earlier thing, Seely, we really should get you a little more warmed up and cozy with the Knuckles that people actually know and love. The one that isn't quite as easily duped by the likes of Dr. Eggman, except for that one other time in the 3D games.
Yeah, so, like, as far as that goes, the adventure games I know go without saying. I guess we were talking about how, like, X isn't... I don't think X is, like, a bad interpretation of Knuckles. It's just an instance of, Dabber Shop, the eternal struggle.
I do think what Sonic X does get right is mostly with characterization, because Sonic is more or less on point. Tails, I wish, had a little more... they didn't completely give him the shaft in favor of Chris Thorndike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Knuckles, I mean, to be fair, I think they did Knuckles some pretty decent justice by having, he was pretty much that show's Meta Knight.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
I wouldn't even outright say Meta Knight, more so... I mean, no, he was more or less that, he was pretty much that show's Vegeta.
I guess it was, and I would say like it was partially it was some sort of hybrid of how he was in the other games, because I know in like I would say Knuckles is very much a Meta Knight in Sonic Adventure 1.
Oh yeah.
And somewhat to an extent in 2, though he has some humorous bits as well. But basically, it depends on where you go. Boom makes him, the funny haha dude bro kind of friend of Sonic. But before he did used to like as we saw earlier in this game, he did like absolutely stand his own and genuinely came to butt heads with Sonic a lot of times.
Yeah, like, a lot of the times, like, people make jokes about him being, like, an idiot. A lot of it has to do with the fact that, like, he's pretty much lived on this island his entire life, so he basically knows nothing about what's off the island. That's part of why Eggman was able to trick him to begin with.
Which is why we're thinking that's gonna happen in the new movie, Seely.
Yeah, because it has to be a recurring theory.
I still haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen the first movie?
No?
I keep trying to find the time to rectify that with her.
Oh, you mean with the first movie?
Yeah, we showed the first one.
We do need to make a movie night dedicated to that.
Is it available on any platforms right now?
I know it's on Hulu.
Oh, okay. I have Hulu. We can do that.
I don't have Hulu.
Well,
I don't have Hulu.
With the power of we can do anything. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
Oh, sure we can. Yes, yes.
Because we're Sonic heroes.
Yes.
All we gotta do is pull out the old game genie here and so
Game genie.
So I guess as we're going through this, James, do you have a preference between Sonic or Knuckles' overall campaign?
I'll admit, back in the day, I remember playing Knuckles' campaign a lot, and I mean, I guess it's just because this was the first time I ever got to actually play as Knuckles beyond just that weird competition though that we showed off earlier. It's right. It feels like I get to fully realize what's up, why this Knucklehead is so beloved. Oh, that's right. Remember when we bombed this place?
Yep.
All the things is we can't climb up it. Oh, whoops.
Uh-oh.
Well, that did something.
All right, here we go.
Also,
so now we have to fight 2 of these suckers as opposed to 1.
Oh
Also,
no.
Something that I just realized that I'm curious as to whether we need to explain to Seely. Should we explain why Knuckles is glowing?
Oh, that's right. Throughout the course of the adventure, or at least which I did show off during the Sonic portion, you can collect the Chaos Emeralds as per usual, but you can also unlock the Super Emeralds, which are more diamond-shaped, and, pretty much are the basis for the Chaos Emeralds we know and love today. And if you do collect them all, you can actually turn into a much grander version of your super form, your hyper form, which is more or less the same thing, only a lot shinier and with a few extra perks. Like in Sonic's case, he can perform a double jump that acts as a screen nuke, and in Knuckles' case, he can outright whenever he grabs onto a wall at a very fast speed, it'll cause a tremor so powerful it will pretty much destroy any Bandit within sight.
As far as Tails go, which I don't know if we're going to be showing off eventually.
Oh, we won't be showing that off, but his is kind of ridiculous.
For Tails doesn't have like a hyper form, he has a super form, but he can only become super when he has the super emeralds. Basically, his super ability in his super form is that he'll have these 4 golden flickies, flying around him. Flickies are like little birds. And basically, they kind of act like how Cheese does in the Advanced Trilogy, in that they will pretty much wreck anything that's nearby Tails.
Right.
Yep, that's why they're often considered his flicky army of death.
Oh, that just reminded me, I gotta grab those. The cream lines.
Right, because I'm gonna... I can't edit it for you if I don't have all the lines.
I'm looking for them. I keep forgetting.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't expecting the music to cut off right there. Now I feel embarrassed. So, it just cuts out at the end of this, and Knuckles like, wee, and everyone just looks at him like, I can enjoy my job.
Where are my lines?
Yeah, I thought you recorded them, didn't you?
Wait, are you guys talking about the comic?
Yeah, she's talking about the comic that we helped her with, or are helping her with.
Right, I still gotta edit that. We only have issue 1 done, or issue 1 ready to be done, because we still got Avatar on the back burner.
What the hell is it?
Random thought, and probably a random time to be also asking this question, but I mean, it's just this. Hive, do we have all the audio we need for the? Okay, for the other people who will not go named, but at this moment, for the other people who will not be named but may have some scheduling conflicts, did we ever get all the lines we need for all of the issues from them, or just issue 1?
Just issue 1. I'm giving them until it was early. I might extend the deadline to late July, but I'm still waiting on people to get me issue 2 lines.
Okay, because I know I need to get you issue 2 lines. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh
no!
baby!
Oh no!
Is there bubbles anywhere?
Oh!
I think
That
you were.
was a close
I think you were
Yeah.
saved because of that animation of being in that thing. I
Yeah.
don't think he would have been able to kill you.
Jeez.
Oh.
Okay.
It's really close
We're
calls.
back on terra firma-ish.
Okay,
Where
I'm
have
gonna
you
stop talking
been?
about that thing. I'll ask Hype in DMs what I meant earlier. But okay.
No,
Anyway.
it's fine.
Whew. Oh, do we still get the bounce jump with this or no?
No, only Sonic can
Wow.
use the air abilities the shields have.
Damn. Okay, I thought when you mentioned the double jump, I was like, oh yeah, like the shock jump, but no, wow, any.
Whoa!
Jeez. I don't know if I would have had the heart to play this game when I was a kid. I would just like fall down. I'd run out of breath.
Mommy, I can't control this thing!
Oh no, now what?
Oh yeah, by the way, if you're in the base version of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Sonic wouldn't be able to fight big arms, but here Knuckles can as soon as we're done with the beam rocket.
Oh, that's right. Because that's right. Angel Island Revisited did let you fight it as Sonic.
Yep.
Right. That's still such a weird bit of consistency, though, considering the fact that in base Sonic 3 you could fight big arms with Sonic, but for Sonic 3 and Knuckles, no, you couldn't. And I don't entirely get it.
I guess just give some more preference. Okay, how about this? To get Jordy and Seely back involved, because I just now thought of a question, because we're talking about the Angel Island Revisited and what it did. Do you... Oh boy, here we go.
Uh-oh.
Oh, jeez.
Whoa!
Seely and Jordy, do
Yes?
you guys have a game, let's say a classic game released before the year 2000, that has not gotten any sort of re-release or remake, that you wish did, even if it was by, like, a fan?
comes to mind are the... Well, in Japan, they're called Bust-A-Move, but I call them Bust-A-Groove.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Like, I loved Bust-A-Groove growing up as a kid, especially the second game. I would love to see, like, a remake of that.
That would be nice.
Yeah. I know we get a lot of games with similar gameplay, but it's not, like, the same.
No, it's not. Like, something about it is just so unique, and I love the music for it, and a lot of these songs I can actually just sing to, and it's just really, it's really cool.
Okay.
What about you, Seely? Any game you wish they would re-release?
Or have like a fan like create like a big like remastering, like imagine like a definitive edition of.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now.
No
well, I know one of them would have been Ocarina of Time, but we already got one of those for 3DS.
Well, to be fair, we technically got a lot of them for Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, we got. Yeah.
There's also the Oracle games.
What do you think of that rumor that another port might come to the Switch?
I wouldn't.
Oh boy.
Oh no!
On the go.
Oh!